Hello everyone and welcome to today's session. I'm excited to introduce our topic, Lecture 9, The Evolution of Enterprise Mobility, MDM, EMM, and UEM. We'll explore how device control has evolved into unified endpoint security, covering key concepts and trends. Over the next few slides, we'll look at the journey from basic device management to comprehensive security solutions. Let's get started. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to differentiate between MDM, EMM, and UEM based on their core capabilities, scope, and security models. We'll analyze the business drivers and technological shifts that prompted each evolution, helping you understand how and why these management approaches have developed over time. You'll also learn to critically evaluate the security implications of each paradigm's approach to data, apps, and identity, which is crucial in today's complex security landscape. Additionally, I'll guide you through designing a management strategy tailored to specific enterprise scenarios, whether it's BYOD, bring your own device, or COPE, corporate-owned, personally enabled. Finally, we'll explore the future trajectory of endpoint management, so you'll be equipped to anticipate upcoming trends and innovations in this field. These learning objectives are designed to give you a comprehensive understanding of how endpoint management evolves and how to apply this knowledge practically in your roles. Let's start by exploring the genesis of this journey, which is really rooted in the initial challenge of managing mobile devices. This is where mobile device management, or MDM, first came into play, focusing on securing and controlling individual devices within an organization. As organizations grew more mobile, the scope expanded beyond just managing devices to encompassing broader enterprise mobility, leading to the rise of enterprise mobility management, or EMM. This shift allowed for more comprehensive control over apps, data, and security policies across various platforms. Then we see a convergence point with unified endpoint management, or UEM. UEM integrates multiple management functions into a single platform, simplifying administration and providing a unified approach to securing all endpoints, whether they are mobile phones, tablets, or even desktops. To truly understand how these solutions compare, we'll look at a capability matrix and security analysis. This head-to-head comparison highlights the strengths and weaknesses of each approach, helping organizations make informed decisions based on their specific needs. Next, we'll dive into the architecture of how EMM and UEM enforce policies. This is crucial because it explains how these systems operate behind the scenes to keep devices and data secure, whether through remote management, compliance enforcement, or real-time monitoring. We'll also cover deployment models like BYOD, COBO, and COPE. Each has its own advantages and challenges, depending on the organization's strategy for balancing security, user experience, and cost. Finally, we'll look ahead to the future, where AI-powered solutions and identity-centric security models are set to transform how we protect and manage mobile environments. These advancements aim to make security more proactive, adaptive, and personalized. Throughout this presentation, we're taking a journey through these three paradigms, MDM, EMM, and UEM, showing how each step reflects our evolving approach to securing a mobile-first world. Before the mobile revolution, all corporate data was stored on-premises, typically on managed laptops inside a secure firewall. This setup kept our information safe and controlled within a well-defined boundary. Then, around 2007 to 2010, everything started to change with the rise of smartphones and tablets. Think iPhones, iPads, and Android devices. These devices became incredibly popular, and suddenly, executives and employees alike wanted to access their corporate email and data on their personal, unmanaged devices. This created a major security challenge. We faced a core dilemma. How do we balance productivity and security? On one hand, we want to empower users to work from anywhere. On the other, we need to protect our corporate assets from potential threats. The problem was that the so-called walled garden, our secure perimeter, was being breached. Data was now leaving that safe boundary and moving onto devices whose security postures we didn't fully control or understand. This shift fundamentally changed how we had to think about safeguarding our information. All right, let's talk about the first response when it comes to managing mobile devices. This is essentially a tool designed to apply basic IT controls specifically to mobile devices. Its primary goal is to maintain device-centric control, meaning the focus is on managing and securing the entire device itself, not just individual apps or data. The core philosophy here is simple but crucial. We need to manage and secure the entire device. That way, we ensure comprehensive protection and control. Some of the key capabilities include enrollment and provisioning, which means getting devices registered and set up correctly from the start. Then, enforcing passcode policies to ensure strong security measures are in place. There's also the ability to remotely lock or wipe a device, either to protect sensitive information or completely wipe the device if it's lost or stolen. Inventory management is another vital aspect. It helps us keep track of what devices we actually have in our environment. And finally, mobile device management, or MDM, which ties all these controls together, giving us a centralized way to oversee and secure our mobile assets effectively. All of these features work together to give us a solid foundation for securing mobile devices, aligning with our overall goal of maintaining control over our entire digital ecosystem. Let's take a closer look at the foundation of device management, which includes Apple's Apple Business Manager and Apple School Manager, as well as Android Enterprise. These platforms provide the core infrastructure for managing devices securely and efficiently. Now, at the heart of this system is the protocol establishing a constant management channel between the device and the MDM server. This channel ensures ongoing communication, so commands and policies can be reliably sent and received. Here's how it works in practice. The device first enrolls with the MDM server, which then installs a management profile on iOS devices or a device owner app on Android devices. This is a crucial step because it grants the MDM server the necessary APIs to execute commands and enforce policies directly on the device. Once enrolled, the server can send various commands, like setting a passcode or installing specific apps, via a push notification channel. This push mechanism ensures that instructions are delivered promptly and securely, keeping the device in compliance with organizational policies. In essence, this technical architecture and protocol form the backbone of modern device management, enabling organizations to maintain control and security across a diverse fleet of devices seamlessly. This setup is fundamental to ensuring that devices remain configured correctly and protected against threats, aligning perfectly with our overall goal of comprehensive and reliable device management. Let's take a closer look at some of the critical security limitations of MDM. First, there's the all-or-nothing problem. Essentially, MDM treats the device as a single, unified entity. That means if you send a remote wipe command, it erases everything, personal photos, messages, apps, everything on the device. There's no way to selectively wipe just corporate data. Another issue is the lack of data segmentation. Corporate and personal data are often intermingled on the same device, which complicates data management and security. This blending makes it harder to protect sensitive information without impacting personal privacy. Speaking of privacy, that's a major concern with MDM. Because it can access things like device location and app inventory, employees may feel that their privacy is being invaded. This can create trust issues and resistance to device management policies. It's also important to note that MDM solutions are typically limited to mobile operating systems. They don't manage Windows, macOS, or other endpoints, which means they can't provide comprehensive security across all devices used in an organization. All these points lead us to a key takeaway. MDM is often poorly suited for bring-your-own-device scenarios. It acts as a blunt instrument, effective in some cases, but lacking the nuance needed for modern, flexible device management and security. Now, let's look at the evolution that took place around 2012 to 2015. During this period, the focus shifted from simply controlling device hardware to recognizing that securing the data itself is far more critical. It's not enough to just manage the device. We need to protect the information stored and transmitted within it. The primary goal became data-centric security, placing the emphasis on safeguarding the data, regardless of where it resides or what device it's on. This shift is driven by the understanding that data is the most valuable asset in today's digital landscape. The core philosophy that emerged is straightforward but powerful. We need to manage corporate identity, apps, and data, regardless of the device. This means our security approach must be flexible and comprehensive, covering everything that touches corporate information. This is where Enterprise Mobility Management, or EMM, comes into play. EMM isn't just one thing. It's a combination of Mobile Device Management, MDM, Mobile Application Management, MAM, and Mobile Content Management, MCM. Together, these components form a holistic strategy to secure and manage mobile enterprise environments. So, in essence, this phase marked a significant evolution in how organizations approach security, moving from device control alone to a broader, data-focused strategy that aligns with the realities of modern mobile work. Now, let's talk about what really changes the game here. Instead of focusing solely on the device itself, the attention shifts to the application and its data container. This is a core shift that allows for much more granular control. The key idea is that we can now apply policies directly to specific, managed corporate applications, making security more targeted and effective. One of the most powerful capabilities is app wrapping. Think of it as injecting security policies directly into an app binary. For example, you can prevent data from being copied from a corporate app to a personal app, which helps protect sensitive information. Another capability is SDK integration. This means we can embed management features right into an app during its development process, creating a seamless experience and better control from the start. Then there's app distribution, which involves a private corporate app catalog. This makes it easy to distribute and manage apps internally, rather than relying on public app stores. And of course, we have selective wipe. This allows us to wipe only the corporate data within managed apps, without touching any personal data on the device. It's a crucial feature for maintaining privacy while ensuring security. Finally, under the umbrella of EMM, the first component we'll discuss is Mobile Application Management, or MAM. This approach really puts the focus on managing and securing applications, which ties everything together and aligns with our overall goal of flexible, secure mobile management. Now let's take a look at the data layer, which focuses on securing the files and documents themselves. The core idea here is to create a secure, encrypted container or repository where corporate documents can be stored safely. This approach ensures that sensitive information doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Some of the key capabilities include secure file repositories, like Microsoft OneDrive with Intune policies or Citrix ShareFile. These tools help manage and protect files effectively. Then, there's rights management, which allows us to set policies such as the document can be viewed but not printed, or it expires in 7 days, adding an extra layer of control over document access. Encryption at rest is another critical aspect. It means files are encrypted when stored on the device, safeguarding data even if the device is lost or stolen. Additionally, this secure file container is integrated with Mobile Application Management, or MAM, so that only managed corporate apps can access these files, maintaining strict control over the data. Finally, this is part of our broader mobile content management strategy, which aims to protect corporate content at every layer, ensuring data security while enabling productive access. Let's talk about the gatekeeper concept. Essentially, it tightly couples device and app compliance with access to our corporate resources. The core idea here is to use conditional access policies. So, how does this work in practice? When a user tries to access Microsoft 365 or any other corporate app, the identity provider, like Azure AD, steps in. It checks with the EMM system to see if the device is compliant with our policies. If the device passes the compliance check, access is granted seamlessly. But if it doesn't, access is blocked, and the user is guided to enroll or remediate their device, ensuring they meet our security standards. This creates a powerful, proactive security loop that helps us protect resources before any issues can arise. Now, remember, the EMM component involved here is the Identity and Access Management System, which plays a crucial role in this integration. Overall, this approach ensures that only compliant devices can access sensitive information, aligning security with user productivity. On this slide, we're looking at the pinnacle of EMM on Android, which is the clear, operating system-level separation between personal and workspaces. This is a crucial feature because it provides a distinct boundary, making it easier to manage corporate data securely. So how does it work? The EMM system creates a dedicated, encrypted work profile on the device. Think of this as a secure container specifically for all work-related apps and data. Everything related to work, apps, emails, documents, lives within this profile, isolated from the user's personal space. Importantly, the IT department can manage only this work profile. They can install, update, or wipe corporate apps and data without affecting the user's personal apps or information. This selective control is key to maintaining user privacy while still managing security. The result: it can wipe the work profile if needed, say if an employee leaves or if there's a security concern, without touching the user's personal profile. And from the user's perspective, there's a visual distinction, often with an icon like a briefcase on work apps, making it clear which apps and data are part of the corporate environment. In action, this setup demonstrates a secure, efficient way to manage Android devices in a corporate setting, balancing security and user privacy effectively. Today, we're looking at the modern reality of endpoint management from around 2016 to the present. As you can see, the landscape has become incredibly diverse. We're not just talking about traditional laptops and desktops anymore. Mobile devices, IoT gadgets, and even VR or AR headsets are now part of the mix. This diversity poses a big challenge. How do we manage and secure all these different types of endpoints effectively? The primary goal here is platform-agnostic endpoint management. What that means is we need a solution that isn't limited to just one operating system or device type. Instead, we want a single, unified approach that can handle everything. This brings us to a core philosophy. We need a single pane of glass to manage and secure every endpoint that can access corporate data. Whether it's a Windows laptop, a macOS device, a mobile phone, or an IoT sensor, everything should be manageable from one centralized platform. When we talk about UEM, Unified Endpoint Management, it's essentially an expanded concept. It combines EMM, which is Enterprise Mobility Management, with modern OS management capabilities for Windows, macOS, Chrome OS, and even basic IoT security. This integrated approach is crucial because it allows organizations to streamline their management efforts and improve security across all device types. So, in summary, the convergence into UEM is about bringing all these different endpoint types together under one management umbrella. It's a vital development in our ongoing effort to stay secure and efficient in an increasingly complex digital landscape. On this slide, I want to highlight some of the key capabilities that really differentiate our UEM solution. First, we have the Unified Console, which allows administrators to manage all types of devices, smartphones, tablets, laptops, and desktops, from a single interface. This simplifies management and improves efficiency across the board. Next is zero-touch deployment. This feature means devices can be automatically enrolled into UEM right out of the box, often through methods like Apple Business Manager for Macs or Windows Autopilot. It streamlines the onboarding process, saving time and reducing manual effort. Then we have the OS-agnostic policy engine. This is a game changer because it allows you to create security policies, like encrypting storage or enabling firewalls, and apply them across different operating systems with just a single click. It really simplifies policy management in diverse environments. Finally, I want to touch on endpoint detection and response, or EDR, integration. Here, UEM provides the management layer, while EDR handles detection. These two are increasingly being integrated, giving you a comprehensive security posture, covering both management and real-time threat detection. All these capabilities together make our UEM platform a powerful, flexible, and secure solution for managing today's complex device ecosystems. Let's take a closer look at this table, which compares the key aspects of mobile device management, enterprise mobility management, and unified endpoint management. Starting with the primary scope, MDM mainly focuses on managing mobile devices like iOS and Android smartphones and tablets. EMM extends that scope to include not just the devices, but also the applications and content that run on them. UEM, on the other hand, broadens everything further to cover all endpoints, including mobile devices, desktops, and even Internet of Things devices. When we consider management focus, MDM is primarily concerned with the hardware itself, the device hardware. EMM shifts that focus to managing corporate identities, applications, and data, so it's more about controlling the digital assets on those devices. UEM takes a holistic approach, encompassing the entire digital workspace, ensuring all endpoints work together seamlessly. Looking at the security models, MDM is device-centric, meaning security policies are tied directly to the device hardware. EMM adopts a data-centric security approach, focusing on protecting the information regardless of where it travels or how it's accessed. UEM emphasizes identity-centric security, which centers around user identities and their access rights across all types of endpoints. Finally, considering the ideal use cases, MDM is best suited for corporate-owned, single-use devices, like dedicated kiosks or company phones. EMM is more flexible, ideal for environments with bring-your-own-device policies or mixed device ownership. UEM is designed for modern, heterogeneous enterprises that need to manage a wide variety of device types and platforms in a unified manner. In summary, as we move from MDM to UEM, we see an evolution from managing just devices to managing entire digital ecosystems, helping organizations stay secure, flexible, and efficient in today's complex digital landscape. Let's take a closer look at the head-to-head comparison of these management capabilities across MDM, EMM, and UEM solutions. Starting with device enrollment, all three options, MDM, EMM, and UEM, offer this feature, which is fundamental for onboarding devices securely and efficiently. When it comes to passcode policies, again, all three support this critical security measure, ensuring that devices are protected from unauthorized access. Remote wipe, which allows us to erase data remotely in case of loss or theft, is also universally supported across the board. Now, moving to app distribution, this is where things start to differ a bit. MDM provides basic app distribution, while EMM and UEM take it a step further with advanced app catalogs, offering more control and flexibility for deploying applications. Selective wipe and app-level policies are not available in MDM, but both EMM and UEM support these features. This means with EMM and UEM, we can target specific apps or data for removal or enforce policies at the app level, providing a more granular management approach. Similarly, secure content containers are absent in MDM, but are supported by EMM through mobile content management and fully integrated into UEM. This allows for secure storage and sharing of corporate content within a protected environment. When managing Windows and macOS devices, MDM offers limited or add-on capabilities, whereas UEM provides native management for these platforms, making it more seamless and comprehensive. Conditional access is supported across all three, but the implementation varies from basic in MDM to more advanced in EMM and UEM, reflecting their capabilities for enforcing access policies based on context. Finally, the unified console is a key differentiator. Only UEM offers a single, integrated dashboard to manage all devices and platforms, which simplifies administration and improves overall efficiency. In summary, while MDM covers the basics, EMM and especially UEM provide a broader, more integrated set of capabilities to meet complex security and management needs in today's diverse device environments. Now, let's take a closer look at the different deployment models and how they balance control and flexibility. First up, we have COBO, or corporate-owned, business-only. In this model, management involves full MDM or UEM control, meaning the company has complete oversight and no personal use is allowed on these devices. It's ideal for rugged devices in warehouses or dedicated kiosks, where security and simplicity are key. Next is COPE, or corporate-owned, personally enabled. This setup uses UEM with a work profile or container, which allows employees to use their devices for both work and personal tasks. It's become the modern standard for corporate-liable smartphones because it strikes a good balance, giving companies control over corporate data while still offering users some flexibility for personal use. Finally, we have BYOD, or bring your own device. In this case, management is typically limited to EMM or UEM with MAM-only enrollment. That means it manages only the corporate apps and data, not the entire device. This model works well for contractors, part-time staff, or companies with flexible work policies because it maximizes user privacy and reduces device management overhead. So, as you can see, each deployment model offers a different balance between control and flexibility, allowing organizations to choose the approach that best fits their needs and overall strategy. In this scenario, we're looking at a bank that employs around 10,000 people, all of whom need secure access to sensitive data on various devices like iPhones, Android phones, and Windows laptops. The key challenge here is ensuring strong data leakage prevention while also complying with strict financial regulations. To address this, we're using a unified endpoint management solution, or UEM, such as Microsoft Intune combined with Azure Active Directory. The first step is enrollment. This means all corporate-owned devices are enrolled automatically through zero-touch deployment methods like Apple Business Manager for iOS devices and Windows Autopilot for Windows devices. This streamlines setup and ensures consistency. Next, we implement a single compliance policy across all platforms. For example, devices must be encrypted and secured with a passcode. This policy applies uniformly to Windows, macOS, iOS, and Android devices, which simplifies management and enforces security standards across the board. On the data security front, we employ Mobile Application Management, or MAM. This involves configuring Microsoft Office apps with policies that prevent users from saving files to personal cloud storage or copying and pasting data into unmanaged apps. This helps prevent data leakage from within the apps themselves. Additionally, we use Mobile Content Management, or MCM, to protect sensitive PDFs. These are stored in a secure repository with rights management, ensuring that only authorized users can access or modify these files. Access control is enforced through Azure AD conditional access policies. For instance, the policy might restrict access to customer data only from devices that are compliant with Intune, meaning they meet all security requirements like encryption and passcode protection. Putting it all together, this case study illustrates how a comprehensive, integrated approach using UEM, app policies, and access controls can effectively secure sensitive financial data across a diverse device environment. It's all about creating a robust security posture without hindering productivity. Let's dive into how AI is transforming operations today. First, we have predictive support. AI analyzes device telemetry data to forecast potential hardware failures before they happen, allowing us to address issues proactively. Next is anomaly detection, where AI identifies unusual data access patterns that could signal a device has been compromised, helping us catch security threats early. Moving on to security convergence, specifically XDR or extended detection and response. Here, we feed UEM telemetry, like compliance status and patch levels, directly into an XDR platform. This integration enables correlated threat analysis across different data sources, enhancing our security visibility and response capabilities. Now, let's talk about the managementless endpoint concept. This represents a shift towards intrinsic security, meaning the operating system and hardware themselves enforce security policies. In this model, UEM no longer manages security settings directly. Instead, it defines the security intent, and the device enforces it inherently. Finally, looking to the future, AI will continue to be a driving force in UEM and endpoint security, pushing us beyond traditional management models. We're heading towards more intelligent, autonomous, and secure environments that adapt seamlessly to new threats and operational needs. This evolution is key to building resilient, future-proof digital workplaces. Let's take a moment to review the key points from this slide. First, we see that MDM, or mobile device management, is essentially the foundation of our security approach. It focuses on device control, making sure we can manage and secure the hardware itself. Moving up the stack, we have EMM, or Enterprise Mobility Management. This represents the strategic evolution toward data-centric security, which is achieved through mobile application management and mobile content management. EMM is especially crucial now with Bring Your Own Device, or BYOD, policies, because it helps us secure corporate data on personal devices without overstepping privacy boundaries. Next, UEM, or Unified Endpoint Management, is the current standard in the industry. It provides a unified, identity-centric approach to managing a variety of endpoints. Think smartphones, tablets, laptops, all in one integrated system. This reflects how modern enterprises operate across multiple device types. Finally, the overall trend is quite clear. We're moving up the stack, from managing hardware to controlling apps, then to securing data, and ultimately focusing on the user's identity as the central control point. This shift highlights the importance of identity in today's security landscape and shows how our strategies are evolving to meet the needs of a modern, interconnected enterprise. These concepts tie back to the overall theme of our presentation, understanding how management and security are becoming more integrated, flexible, and user-focused to effectively protect enterprise assets today and in the future. Let's wrap up with some key resources that can help deepen your understanding. First, there's the Microsoft Intune documentation, which offers comprehensive guidance on managing devices and apps in a Microsoft environment. It's a great resource if you're considering or already using Intune for your endpoint management needs. Next, we have the VMware Workspace ONE Unified Endpoint Management Technical Overview, which provides a detailed look at their platform and how it unifies device management across different operating systems. This is particularly useful for organizations seeking a consolidated approach. Lastly, the NIST SB 1821 document focuses on mobile device security in cloud and hybrid setups. It's an essential resource for understanding best practices and standards in securing mobile devices in complex environments. These resources collectively support the overall theme of our presentation, highlighting the importance of choosing the right tools and standards to ensure robust security and efficient management.